Okay, so do I want to run? I do. I should run a quick leveling roulette as Black Mage again. Seven minutes is pretty good. I love Dragon Song so much. I really do. She selling anything? Yes. I don't think people are going to be buying the Step Bullfrog anytime soon, though. Because people who are like actually crafting are doing they're doing like late game crafting. You know what I mean? I like that. Suran necklace there.
Children of the land, do you hear echoes of truths that once rang clear? Two souls inside one true love they did find, bringing light and heaven's need. The flames that burn full bright soon fell dark. Memories dimmed by shadowed hearts.
I like how this one looks.
Did wane the lover's moon, watching as the one soul's cry of passion welling within. Yet this bond of hope, my treachery was broke, scattering her words to the wind.
Do I even need the vortex feather for? I don't even remember. Oh, she's doing. Oh, okay. That's why she gave me stuff. Vortex feather. Look that up. FF14 vortex feather. I've already looked this up before.
And death on afterthought.
Okay, so it's for crafting Garuda stuff. I don't. At least I do kind of like the aesthetics of these. Yeah, I kind of like those. I kind of wish that they were fire, but it looks so cool. Okay, I kind of actually don't like how those look.
Why must you turn to empty bliss? Tell me why break trust? Why turn the past to dust? Seeking solace.
Looks like the looks like a Fritz tail is what that looks like. The axe is pretty cool looking, but I need to. Oh, I should have practiced. Oh god, why does it gotta be this one? I've gotten this one 3 times in a row now. This is the 3rd time in a row I've gotten this dungeon for leveling roulette. Okay, okay. I'm still relearning Black Mage a little. Three days in a row I've gotten this. This dungeon. Concentrating a little bit. A bit more than I probably need to, but whatever. Okay, I guess my muscle memory for triple cast being shift 2 is still there. I still try to use it. Yeah, see, like I'm not even looking at my mana, to be honest. And oh, hate it. Oh my god. Stupid. So annoying. Dun, dun, dun. Also, my movement moves abilities, I'm not really utilizing them very well, if at all. sure I have my Xenoglossy. Should probably using my dots as well. All this stuff is going to be turned into Grand Company seals. I'm sure many people like dressing up as the Asians, or the Amarotians, I guess I should say. I really do not. I don't really care for them. One thing about the AoE though, at least it increases my astral fire thing. Like it keeps the timer up. When you're doing single target with fire forward, that does not happen. So AoE is technically easier to maintain the upkeep. I had to sneeze. Reaper's arm. Oh, that actually looks pretty. Ribbit. F14. I don't know why I'm capitalizing that. A site. Right? Sickle, scythe, whatever. I haven't been unlocked to use this cool looking gland. I like this one. Okay. That one took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. That was kind of a long dungeon, actually. Got Black Mage. Got Black Mage up there to where Machinist is. So even though I did like this necklace, I'm not going to keep Bright stuff. I don't need. 3. set. Say Testacio's Gloves of Healing. Generally, I find if you have like if you have something that's level 86, like this is level 86, and if you get something that's level 87, it's not going to be much better to where you're going to like want to swap it out. But I'm gonna be right back. Okay, I'm back. One more. I'll finish off this Pepsi today. Okay, so my white mage shouldn't need any sort of like experience anytime soon to do like dungeons with it. Should think about what I want my Wondrous Tales to be put towards. Go to my in room. I say Machinist, Black Mage, Dancer could use it if I want to get them up, just to get them up to level 81. Or I could use it like on my Samurai to get that one up to level 80 faster. Or even still use it on my tanks to get those up to level 61. Because the tanks are just kind of gradually going up. I'm not working too hard on them. Mostly because Paladin, Warrior, and Dark Knight, I need to do the 50 to 60 job quests. Out of the way. But I like how my Black Mage looks, to be honest. But to go back to Garlemald. Not gonna work on my Wondrous Tales right now. I kind of 28. I kind of put my Wondrous Tales on the back burner because I want to get through more MSQ. Yeah, let's go do him. I really. When are they gonna let me go back to Labyrinthos? Like, when are they gonna open up that other area? I've got to be close to getting that, right? Purple carrot. Oh. Like, I'm at a point. I don't want to just use these willy-nilly, you know what I mean? I could start using up these Kaiser rolls though. Mint Lassie. Probably bought those from Ender. I should just both of them. Chondrite. When we tell him that everyone who knows Grahatia tells him not to overexert himself.
No major injuries then. Good.
Ooh, his voices.
I briefed the recovered soldiers and sent them on their way as quickly as I could, but nevertheless feared they would not make it in time.
The additional support was invaluable. Your men saved more than a few lives. Though not all, I regret to say.
I take it that I'm addressing Lucia Junius. I'm the Forum's envoy, Fortuneau Leveilleur. And you are owed an explanation for these most dire developments.
Another...
Oops.
You doubtless feel some consternation having been forced to abandon your original plan. But trust me when I say you were right to send the refugees elsewhere. Beasts have been sighted within the capital. Perhaps it was a stroke of grim fortune that the population was decimated beforehand, as they've yet to appear in any great number, but in time. In any case, Maxima leads the remainder of the contingent in an effort to cull the creatures and evacuate the populace as we speak. Once the airships have taken to the skies, I pray your men can be persuaded to join him.
You'll permit us to retain our weapons?
I wouldn't have sent you after the Scions were I expecting you to stab them in the back.
And I, for one, would not consider past transgressions more relevant than future contributions. Regardless of the circumstances that saw us at odds before, we need men of courage now, more than ever.
We swore to defend Garlemald, and so we shall.
It seems you have everything under control. You will excuse me then, for mine own duties await.
A moment, Master Fortuneau. You did desire to express your appreciation for services rendered, did you not?
I did. Though if you intend to again ask that Charlian alter its course, you will find my gratitude insufficient.
'Tis nothing so onerous. I wish to hear the details of this grand endeavor of yours.
Do you swear to listen and to learn, and not to embark upon some scheme to impede us?
I swear.
all Alpha No and Alice really want is for the forum to, you know, help people. That's it.
Any other I would doubt, but you I trust to keep your word. For not once have you broken it. Very well. I will request that the Forum make you privy to our plans. You may await our summons at the Baldessian Annex, assuming the decision is in your favor. Does that suffice?
It does. You have my thanks. Excellent. You can regale us with tales of your most recent sojourn to the First while we wait. Did you hear something just now?
Oh my god. That pudding way.
Where is this star's blasted pudding?
I really like the Lola Preets.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night, and to this bitter clime bring warmth and comfort.
Fortuno is like the super serious character, and it's really going to be interesting to see him with his weird shenanigans.
I thought often of you whilst I looked down upon our star's brilliance from the moon above.
Yes, but what are you doing here? And dressed like that? Aren't you cold?
Verily, I fear for my health should I proceed to expound upon our purpose ere I procure more suitable garments.
Then allow me to summarize. We're here because none of you lot are up there. Nor has anyone deigned to send word about any changes in the plans. It's rude, is what it is. At least that's what I thought at first, but then folks got to wondering if you weren't in a spot of bother, so we decided to take matters into our own hands. Come down here and help, if our help be needed.
Can they fight?
So she says, but it's also something of a convenient excuse to visit Etheris. Oriange made it sound absolutely marvelous. More so before the impending doom, but still.
Impending doom.
It's not like there will ever be a better time. What with the aforementioned doom?
Marvellous, they say, yet not an ounce of pudding to be found. I must suffer Oriange's inferior works no more.
I like that one.
Maybe consider the plight of present company before you go blathering on about pudding and doom? Ahem. As I was saying, should you require any assistance with whatever, we are at your disposal. We were born from Heidelin's love for the lives of this star, so naturally we would much prefer to see them continue. Twiddling our thumbs up on the moon is hardly conducive to that, though, is it? Aye, not when you've all got such precious thoughts and feelings and hopes for the future deserving of more active preservation. Speaking to Urianger made us realize that while we've carried out our duties to the letter, we've failed to fulfill them in spirit. From there, it was just a hop, skip, and a jump towards resolving to do better. So please, show us how. Help us help you.
Forgive me, but are they...
Thy distant collaborators, indeed.
Hail, fellow, well met. You'd be a member of the Forum, would you? It's an honor and a pleasure to meet you at last. I'm Livingway, Heidelin's right paw. That last bit is very important, as am I, if I may humbly say so myself.
I, bid you welcome to our star, Livingway. On behalf of the Forum, I thank you for traveling such a distance to meet us. As you have surmised, preparations for the Exodus have not proceeded as smoothly as we had hoped. I should be happy to personally escort you to our headquarters in Charlian, where you may advise us as you deem fit.
'Twas with reluctance that I set aside the great work of readying the moon for habitation. Be assured that I did so only after the Loperites made plain their earnest desire to come hither, and I myself felt a growing certainty that their contributions here would prove invaluable. 'Tis trite, perhaps, but I followed my heart.
Oh, Urianger. Good to have you.
For a time, at least. Nevertheless, 'twas worth the journey to find present company well.
Oh, Stoll is with Master Matoya,
Wilt
okay.
thou attend us at the Forum and lend thine own wisdom?
If that's all quite settled, can we start moving before Urianger catches his death? Even I'm freezing out here.
Oh, I dare say you'll warm up quickly once you're aboard the airship. Sat shoulder to shoulder with our fur-covered friends.
I love it. That was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that, to be honest. Yeah, I saw a blue quest. Why am I way over here? And Puddingway is not going to find any pudding in Charlian, right? Associate specimens are not. Good to see you. I've heard a great deal about your recent exploits, as has everyone else. That's why I feel confident recommending you for associate level. Oh, this is for the hunting board. Associate specimens are not only more threatening, but also more difficult to track down. You'll have to seek them out in the world's most inaccessible and inhospitable reaches, like bloody Garlemald. Gods, I hate that place. Now, if Ilzabard's and friendly north was our only problem, I'd simply remind you to strap on your furs and take some ale for the road. Yes, I heard you from here. If North Thota insists, I will tell you precisely what I'm dealing with at the moment. Let's look at this request from Chrysiel, shall we? She's Charlian's sole xenobiologist, a self-proclaimed one, mind. And it's her raison d'entrée to prove that life exists upon stars other than our own. The astronomers have long since banned her from their meetings and refused any requests she requested. But alas, we have no such luxury. She's been demanding samples from the moon for some time now, despite the obvious impossibility of acquiring them. In any case, I would be thankful if you did take a look at the board and try your hand at any builds that suit you. The guild ship has high hopes for your success. No pressure, of course. Okay. So there's somebody who wants to go to the moon. I don't really like seek these out, to be honest. I probably should. What do you even can I even get from doing these? Diablos. Oh. Ooh. Oh, okay. Oh. That's good and bad at the same time. Oh, so they're like mm. Oh, that is so cool. I'm a bit disappointed that they can't be on when you're. I'm assuming that they can't be on when you're like in a dungeon or whatever. Yes, basically, if you're doing if you do anything except, like walking or running, they disappear. It seems. What's up, Pistola? Nor I thee. In extolling the virtues of Aetheris, I did inadvertently awaken in the Loperites a desire to avert our beloved star's demise. Oh, that's good. Like, like that's why I like what Y'shtola said so much. And at risk of sounding like a like a tree-loving hippie, this Earth is our home, and it's the only one we got, you know? And unlike these people, there's not something on the moon that's just waiting there for us to beam up, take off to another planet. Oh, this is gonna be a pretty big story, actually. But if our star is so replete with ether, said entity would need to be outside its influence to effectively manipulate the dynamics of the great expanse. The implications of temporal magics are not entirely understood, and so we cannot assume that our Heidelin and the Venat you met in Elpis are one and the same. Nevertheless, due to her intrinsic qualities as an all-powerful being, I'd wager that Heidelin possesses the knowledge we seek. Whether she would share that knowledge with us, however, remains to be seen. After all, she intends for us to flee Aetheris, not to stay. You suppose she has abandoned her pursuit of Median? Power. Then communing with Heidelin must by necessity come first. Do you and Master Motoya have any luck with your investigation into Ethereal Sea? Sadly not, though we enlisted the help of Arenvald. Arenvald? Oh, and other echo-based allies. We couldn't detect so much as a whisper from Heidelin, even from within the anti-tower. Master Motoya is of the opinion that in the years since abandoning it, the Forum has found some other method of receiving instructions from Heidelin. If so, it would most likely be some form of apparatus for observing the Ethereal Sea, built closer to home. It's just the forum has this I have to pee. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Knew that was gonna be pretty quick. Let us talk to everybody. I think the Crystal Tower of the First is capable of such feats as sending one's soul into the distant past. The events you witnessed and helped shape may yet hold the key to forestalling the end of days. I'm reminded of dear friends in the future I unmade, whose selfless efforts saw... Wait, what? Selfless efforts saw the 8th umbral calamity averted. After sending Graha and Nestinian back to Garlemald, I stayed in Loctus Amoenis for a time. Being an imperial province, it was already in turmoil before the onset of the Final Days. You wouldn't believe the difficulties we had overseeing the evacuation of the villages we visited. I have faith the detachment was left behind. We left behind will continue our work and shepherd the people to safety. To what safety can be found in a world coming to an end? I have a screen shield. You wouldn't. Master Matoya has suspected for some time that the Forum has been constructing a new facility for the purpose of surveying the ethereal sea. Of course, as the custodian of the anti-tower, which would presumably be rendered obsolete as a result. She has a few things to say about that. Nothing that should be repeated in polite company, you understand. After you left for Garlemald, I went to Labyrinthos and tried to reach Heidelin using the Elpis flower. Alas, my attempts were in vain. I can only assume that she spent a vast amount of her power with Fandaniel. First, I wasn't sure what to make of Hermes and his motives, but it's like we discussed at the Great Work. Faced with the harsh realities of life, some seek the release of death, others grow defiant, they fight. Either way, it is our right to choose. 'Twas Heidelin's commandment that in the event Zodiarch should perish, the Loporite were to deliver the people of Aetherius from harm. Though that be the limit of their duties, they possess knowledge unparalleled of the great expanse and the means of its traversal. Should they be persuaded to assist in our efforts to reach Median, we would do well to heed their counsel. Interesting, okay. I don't... Yeah, so I'm a little disappointed on what makes the your fashion accessories just like deactivate. I feel like the only thing that should make your fashion go away is going into combat or drawing your weapon.
there is a matter I wish to raise with you before we enter.
Okay.
We are here to listen and to learn. But if the Forum's plans are more or less what I expect, then I should like to make a proposal that will serve our ends. By your leave, of course.
Well, what is it?
I don't see why not. Your words and wits have gotten us this far.
Agreed. I will present our queries so that you may consider the most advantageous way to advance your proposal without distraction.
Thank you, everyone.
If I may have your attention, the ad hoc session will now commence. The purpose of today's assembly is to brief the Scions of the Seventh Dawn at their request on the Great Exodus. You may enter. On behalf of the Forum, I commend your heroic actions on the Magna Glacies. We shall not soon forget your service to us and the people of Radzat-Han. The Satrap, whom we have informed of the refugees' new arrangements, sings your praises as well. As an expression of our gratitude, we will endeavor to answer your questions as fully and openly as we are able.
Then let us begin. First, it is the Forum's objective to ferry the life and knowledge of this star to the moon. Am I correct?
You are. It is for this purpose that Sharlayan has labored these many long years. We have collected biological samples and scientific records from across the star. When the time comes, they will be moved from their places in Labyrinthos and Numenon and conveyed to safety. Once that critical task has been accomplished, we will begin transporting the Sharlayan citizenry, which has been categorized into groups. The earliest arrivals are to ensure hospitable environs for those who come after. Following our people, we will send those of other nations in turn, beginning with our allies. Radzat-Han was foremost among these, but since the final days have already come to Thavnair, we saw fit to include the refugees with earlier groupings.
An ambitious plan. You have accounted for the safety of all nations and tribes, then?
As many as we can.
What does that mean?
And how, pray tell, do you decide who to leave behind?
Jesus, he's asking the tough questions.
To journey beyond the sky is an unprecedented and immeasurably difficult endeavor. Introducing sources of inevitable conflict would condemn all to certain death.
Questions as to the validity of that approach aside, are your plans proceeding apace? We're under the impression that your primary means of celestial transportation is incomplete.
I love Ishtola though, I really, really do.
If only in that it does not meet our optimal parameters, that is correct. This Ark, as some have taken to calling it, is fully operational and could be launched even today. However, the final days have progressed more quickly than we anticipated. At present, the ship is incapable of attaining speeds sufficient to meet our evacuation targets. Should we put the vessel into service, as it is now, we will be unable to travel to the moon and back quickly enough to complete the necessary number of trips. Precious lives and knowledge will be lost.
Seven hells. Is there anything to be done?
The ether burner, the primary means of propulsion once the craft is in the space between stars, is undergoing testing to determine whether it can be made more efficient. Though cargo is being loaded for the initial phase of the Exodus, we are prepared to continue our experimentation up to the day before launch, should it prove necessary.
What if the Scions were to solve your problem? We shall help devise a means to improve the ether burner's efficiency, on 2 conditions. If we succeed, you must allow us to meet with Hydaelyn.
"'Twas simple enough to deduce. You have a Concord, and so you would never have abandoned the anti-tower had you no other means of communication. One far more convenient, I suspect."
They don't like their secrets being, no.
The second condition, also to be met upon our success, is that we be permitted to propose another use for your Ark.
We would be at liberty to refuse this proposal.
Of course. If we cannot prove its merit to the 99 here, who are we to stake on it the lives of all peoples of this star?
Delightful as always, Master Alfino. Oh, we couldn't have asked for a finer plan. Allow us to solve this complex engineering problem of which we were entirely unaware until moments ago. What could possibly go wrong? The satire writes itself. Yet, what field has not benefited from a change in perspective? When we are at wit's end, what we need is not the same dry theories recited ad nauseam, but fresh inspiration.
Who do we know? We do know, like...
I, for one, have faith in my erstwhile students to provide it, and I find their terms to be perfectly acceptable.
Order! Order! We have no time to waste on debate. I call a vote. All in favor of agreeing to the Scion's terms? "71 in favor, 28 against. The ayes have it. Fortuneau, as the architect of this project, you are the best candidate to show them its current state.
That's pretty funny.
Bear in mind that regardless of your personal misgivings, this is the will of the Forum.
Very well.
I call this session to a close. Return to your tasks with urgency. The final days wait for none.
So who do we know? We know the machinists from Ishgard. We know... We know Sid. Ooh, we know Sid, yo. Come on now. The Ironworks. My affinity for espionage may have earned me the title of Archon, but I was completely unaware of the Forum's plans. There may have been clues there, here and there, but had I been a mind to look for them, but contemplating that possibility only serves to further wound my pride. Not that anyone could have realistically surmised that their brilliant stratagem was to build a giant ship, fly to the moon, a still larger vessel in truth, and use that to travel to another star. I've seen no sign of the Loperites. This being their first opportunity to experience the wonders of Charland, potential for misadventure is nigh infinite. I gotta see more of the Why is their name so hard? Loperites. I need to see more of Loperites. I really like the Loperites. Perhaps if Midgardsormr were still alive, in the traditional sense, that is, he could have offered to help the vessel attain the necessary speed. Then again, there's no guarantee his contribution would make enough of a difference. What about the dragons? I feel like the dragons, because Midgardsormr chose this planet, I feel like they're gonna be here whether it's safe or not. I'm a little vexed that we've yet to learn of the forum's replacement for the anti-tower, though I expect that in time they'll share that with us too, and with Master Motoya if they've any sense. Wait, let me read what Graha said, because I really like what he said. The further we pursue the mysteries of the universe, the more I struggle to comprehend the fortuitous nature of time itself. We measure and quantify it based on observations of celestial bodies, such as the sun and moon, but from your account, it is unclear whether the ancients viewed time in a similar manner. I mention this because while Vana knew the final days would reoccur at a defined point in the future, she presumably had no way of knowing exactly when. Even so, the completion of the forum's preparations to escape to the moon, aligning so closely with the advent of the final days, is surely no coincidence. Like, I wanted to read that because whether you believe like in aliens or not, and like UFOs visiting or whatever, there's things in ancient history with ancient peoples that make absolutely no sense. Whether it be something like how we still don't know how they built the pyramids, some of the things that are shown in their history that we have no idea what they are, stuff like that. I'll admit, bringing up the issue of the forum's incomplete arc was more than a little daunting. They were, to their credit, quite open about their current state of affairs. What was even more surprising, though, was when they took Alphino up on his offer. While I very much take issue with the forum's approach to selecting whom to save and when, they're not wrong for wanting to minimize potential conflict. Fortunately, if this plan of ours actually works, the Great Exodus itself will become entirely unnecessary. Rest assured, I have every intention of honoring the forum's decision. skill speed. Yeah, I need to start. So like critical hit I can use on any class, right? Spell speed. Okay, the only thing I really have for spell speed is Zephyr. Everything else I can pretty much just use for any class. And I'm pretty much gonna have an infinite amount of sesame cookies. Sorry about not letting the rest of you in on my plan. I was admittedly thinking on my feet for the most part. But since we require both a means of communing with Heidelin and reaching meet. In the spur of the moment, I saw involving ourselves with the completion of the arc as a way to work towards both objectives simultaneously. Might behoove us to learn how an ether burner actually works before we attempt to improve it, though. We know Sid, yo. Like, we know Sid, we know the machinists. We know enough people to be able to. Fortuna's ability to maintain a stiff upper lip is being sorely tested. As instructed, I shall take you to see the ether burner. Meet me outside the Archeon. I trust you can make your own way there. So the Ark is being built in Labyrinthos. Hardly surprising. Where else could they conceal such a massive undertaking? Dun, 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 dun. Actually, do I need to do more in Labyrinthos? I think I only did like one there, didn't I? Two, okay, I did two. You know what, let's just... There's butter on my head. Okay. Of course, there's one way over there. Oh, these are level 88? I thought they were level 85 last time I looked. Too many. I didn't mean to try to fight 3 of them, yo. Nope. Nope. Run. Run. Takes it up to what, 3? I've really been not getting the ether currents here in Labyrinthos because this is my first time coming back here. Gotta be up there. Got to be kidding me. Whew. Straight to the south. $300 and something, though. A lot of people here. I don't understand the appeal of reshaping it to look like the world above. Make your peace with what it is, or go outside if that's what you prefer. That we have been granted permission to enter the lower levels is proof of our increased standing. Would that they had been willing to confide in us sooner. Among the many and varied documents sent to the moon, I did chance upon several inventories made in the Archaeon. Mayhap the Forum believed such records would provide insight into the intricacies of clerical duties. Regardless, the Loporites did not consider them worthy of more than a cursory glance. It has been many moons since I last visited Labyrinthos. As vast as the archives were back then, they've only continued to grow in the Some would surely object to the Forum allowing foreign elements to have the run of their secret facilities. We should count ourselves lucky. This nation lies in the lower levels. Is this the dude that told us about the flower before? We're right back. Okay, I'm back. I have sent your associates ahead to Logisticon Alpha on the other side of Marial Agronomics. Okay. So he wants to ask about his kids, doesn't he? Don't ya? I know you do. Or he wants to ask about important things. East. Wow, I've really not been getting sure. The ether currents here. Um, so your gatherers do have sneak permanently, basically, and it's actually really useful using them to get ether currents. Oh, whoops. Used a high cordial I didn't really want to do. My bad. There was something I was gonna say before I left, but I forget what it was. Okay, I have been in here once. Oh, there you are. Having words with Master Fortunato by any chance? Fortunato. Knowing the forum, even the people working down here are probably kept in the dark about the true purpose of this. On our journey here, I was filled with an inexplicable sense of elation to see vegetables other than carrots being cultivated. And it brought a tear to my eye. Fields we passed along the way brought back memories of Ferndale. Unfortunately, we were never blessed with such abundant crops. Here being Logistican Alpha, where the atmospheric conditions of Labyrinthos are regulated. Water is drawn from underground and dispersed as vapor, stimulating the formation of artificial clouds and rain. By manipulating the temperature and air circulation, they are able to create the ideal environment for the growth and preservation of the biological samples kept here. How do you know so much about it? Why, father brought me here as a child. Oh, oof. Oof. What? And left me behind? Actually, you're the one who left me behind when you went off somewhere with grandfather. The night before, I'd been asking father how clouds are made, so he decided to show me. It was fascinating. Tis all too easy to take for granted the many interweaving aspects of the natural world, to grow inured into the wondrous. But having gained an understanding of the complex mechanisms employed by the Loperites in recreating a similar environment, I have come to view such processes in a new light. The subterranean guardians of Labyrinthos, the lunar prison forged to contain the ancient zodiac, the habitations built for all mankind beneath the moon's surface, each unique yet undeniably similar. 'Tis no mere coincidence. Ever since Heidelin unfolded to us the grim fate that awaits Theris, every essential resource we could spare has been delivered to Labyrinthos in preparation for the great exodus, but that is not all. It is also a testing ground for the technologies that will allow us to settle on distant stars. Though the Loperites have endeavored to make the moon inhabitable, that is not our final destination. Mankind must learn to propagate life where there is none, to thrive where all is barren. Alas, time is not on our side. They have to have learned something though, right? Right? Who posted in my Discord? That event will most likely censored. I've arranged for you all to enter the central circuit. It is there that most of our preparations for the great exodus are carried out, the construction of the Ark among them. Though our plans have been made public, access remains highly restricted. You, however, will not be subject to said restrictions and have free reign to come and go as you please. Such was the will of the Forum, after all. We'll prove ourselves worthy of their trust, your trust. And let us proceed. He doesn't know how to be like I don't know. I don't even know what the word is. By decree of the Forum, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are permitted to enter the Central Circuit. I will say the art I've seen of her swimsuit all make her look a lot younger than looks normally in game. This is the Central Circuit. We might finally have the chance to commune directly with Heidelin, provided we somehow manage to succeed where Charlane's finest engineers have failed. Still, it won't hurt to have a look. Why didn't Heidelin say bring, like, your character is literally the Warrior of Light. Why does Heidelin not say, like, they need to be here? MSQ level 88. If Dalen is in contact with the Charlayans, why does she just not say, I need the Warrior of Light here? I mean, your character is literally supposed to be doing her bidding. Or at least say Warrior of Light and their companion should be let into the fold. Like, because I feel like if you knew, if the Scions knew that this was going to happen, like, they could actually help in some way. Like, we could have had Sid working on the Etherburner long before this point. Please tell me we're almost there, or is there another underground level we have to read? The even more central circuit, perhaps. I imagine the secrets kept here would be of great benefit to mine own research. I will refrain from indulging my curiosity for the time being. The temperament environment here is not unlike that of Bestway's burrow, though the diverse vegetation doth produce a far more complex bouquet of aromas. A welcome difference indeed, for I have grown weary of the scent of carrots. What's Stankard gonna say? The farther down we travel, the more expansive the sky above becomes, artificial though it is. I have no idea what makes Alphino so confident we can solve this problem of theirs. Relentless optimism, I presume. A not unwelcome trait in a youth, but less so in a gambler. Aye, let us resolve never to let him set foot in the cold saucer. Also, Labyrinthos makes me think of the biodome. The Etherburner is being constructed not far from here. Overseeing the work is Kokol Dankol, After whom the forge is named. What? God, I feel like I'm running so slow. I mean, I'm sure they would have had me come this way at some point, but I'm gonna go this way and I'm gonna attune to this etherite. Possible. What is in the center here? I like how this place looks, actually. Oh, what is that? Oh, is that where the ship is? He looks lost in thought, although it seems he's hit something of a stumbling block. Do try not to startle it. He hasn't even realized we're here, or perhaps he has realized but just doesn't care. While many of the facilities within the central circuit seem to be visible from the upper levels, more secretive work must be carried out behind closed doors. For a closely guarded secret, you can see practically everything from the outside, even with the magical barrier surrounding it. He talking to himself? Surely the forum hath already petitioned the aid of the Loperites, given their familiarity with such technology. I was expecting the Sky Steel manufactory, but instead I find the village smithy. I'm curious what's going to happen here, actually.
I could swap them out. No, been there, done that. Damn near lost my eyebrows.
Think, Coco, think! We'd be well on our way to paradise. Visionaries patting themselves on the backs for their grand accomplishments if you'd only think!
Yes, that does sound rather lovely.
Yeah! I mean, Master Force, you know, what a pleasant surprise. We're not blasting off already, are we?
The schedule remains unchanged, for better or worse. Which is why the Forum has elected to accept assistance in resolving the ether burner conundrum.
Not seen you lot down here before.
There are Archons among their number, but engineering is not their expertise. Nevertheless, the Forum concedes the slim possibility that they may have insights to offer. If not, you are at liberty to return them to the surface, by whatever means you see fit.
I assure you that won't be necessary. Now, about your troubles with the ether burner.
Aye, I'll walk you through it. Suppose I could do with a change of pace. As the name ought to tell you, the ether burner burns ether, ambient or otherwise, and transforms it into motive force. Think of it like a giant bomb that never stops exploding. Even out in that black void where the ether's right sparse, it's strong enough to move our arc. And it probably won't kill you like an actual bomb.
Are we just going to suggest Cerulean?
But it ain't perfect. According to my calculations, to travel to the moon and back fast enough for the Forum's liking, the conversion rate needs to be 6% more efficient.
I like his necklace thing.
A measly 6%, you say? But if I could have squeezed even another 0.6 out of it, don't you think I'd have built it that way in the first place?
Hast thou consulted with the Loperites?
Yes, they too are conducting their own research, for lack of a ready answer. The moon's propulsion systems are considerable, naturally, yet they are commensurately massive. It is no easy feat to convert their technology into an efficient means of propulsion for a teeny tiny toy boat, as they say, and as I most certainly do not.
Yes, exactly! Damn it all, I asked for refined adamantite and they send me uppity rabbits with inscrutable, ancient, incompatible technology! You're trying to drive me mad!
Do you speak of Allegan refined adamantite, perchance?
You know of it?
Only in the most general terms, I'm afraid. 'Twas an alloy of Allegan make, but the secrets of its production were closely guarded. As I recall, the record stated it was vital to Dalamud's construction and launch.
Aye, that's the stuff. No material more conductive far as I know. Slotting some ends like blowing up a dam and watching the river of ether come rushing through. Ain't a living soul that knows how to make it though. We were fortunate enough to salvage some for the ether burner, just a wee bit, mind, from a chunk of Dalamud that came hurtling into the Northern Empty during the calamity. With more.
So, Graha should be able to help with that.
That extra 6% efficiency would be child's play. It's a crying shame that we've no other sources.
Surely the many shards of Dalamud scattered throughout Eorzea would suffice. Why not get the refined adamantite from them?
Oh, we tried, believe you me. But only a few specialised pieces would have had any in them to begin with. Drive calls from Ragnarok class internment hulks. Those are the prize bits we really need. According to the Gleaners, getting to them means delving deep into the shards, and the defences are still very operational and very eager to blow them up. It's rough going in there, even for the cream. Not sure they'd make it out alive.
Weren't we near that part of the Ragnarok when we went to destroy Bahamut?
Me to go and fetch the what's-its?
That may be for the best, though you doubtless find the task too dull for your liking.
There are multiple interment hulks in Eorzea alone, so handling this ourselves may not be the most efficient option. Rather, if we could salvage adamantite from the shards simultaneously... Thancred, is the link shell we established before you went to Garlemald still active?
Of course. The floor is yours.
What's all this?
Gathering firewood, so to speak. We alone can accomplish little, but joined by others, we may yet build a bonfire to carry us heavensward. This is Alphino. The Scions have need of you.
Understood. I will contact the Lord Commander and dispatch our finest at once.
My sisters are somewhat preoccupied with the final days, so I will lead the 12-foot expedition myself.
I'm so glad that I actually like Arun than
Are you aware of any other sources of refined adamantite?
Oz's law, yo.
Logically, such an invaluable alloy would have been utilized solely where absolutely necessary, in components intended to conduct or collect surpassing amounts of ether. Any extant instrumentation or devices would have likely found their way into the hands of etherologists or enthusiasts.
Magical artifacts of Allegan design? The Eastern Alliance will send word to one and all.
Of Surinat.
Are there other ways we may offer aid? No shards of the Lesser Moon scar our soil, but our stake in this cause is no less for it.
Is there anything in Othard that might be of use to you?
What did you say? Oh, you got friends in far places, lad. Any road, If you're offering, I wouldn't say no to one of those Far Eastern sacred relics. Some of them can hold enough ether to summon a whole damn primal. Combine a source like that with the ether burner, and 3, 2, 1, kaboom!
I gather you heard his explosive enthusiasm. Might you secure us a suitable relic?
It shall be done. I know little of machines, but I promise we will do our utmost to gather the materials you need to finish your starship. I am glad for the work, in truth. Better to busy oneself than wait and fret over disasters for
We need Sadu wherever the final days is
Then
at.
why are we all still standing about yapping? There's plunder for the taking, and I'm a born plunderer. I'll be an old Charlian before you know it. Start mixing the grog.
I'm certain that can be arranged. Thank you all, and do be careful.
And why do we not have Sadu anywhere there's the final days? Like, all she wants is to fight things,
like that.
and with the final days beast, like that's all you do.
That. Our refined adamantite is on its way. Now let us consider our next steps, shall we? There's yet much to be done.
I did literally think that Graha was gonna be like, let me just get some from Oz's Law. There's lots there. Appreciate you doing all this, but I ain't getting any hopes up just yet. There are no oaths or contracts binding the members of the Ilsabard contingent, and in many ways, it was even more loosely organized than the Crystal Braves. Nevertheless, I knew none would refuse this call to arms. Truly, we have been blessed with trustworthy and dependable allies. Time and time again, it seems that Allegan, something or other, are either the cause of or the solution to our problem. To think the selfsame materials that once launched Dalamud will now be used to help ferry mankind to the moon. That's a poetry in that. I'm confident that even the deadliest of Allegan defense mechanisms are no match for our allies. At this rate, some of them might soon have as many accomplishments to their names as a certain warrior of light. First the Talafaroi, and now the final days. No one can accuse the Ilsabard contingent of backing down from a challenge. Of course, they weren't also committed to the cause when we first set out. But after seeing the example set by you, Alphino, and the others, the change was palpable. They couldn't help but believe. Considering how much of a fuss he made at the time, I don't see why he takes... I don't see why he takes every opportunity to bring it up. It was just firewood. What serendipitous irony that the remnants of the 7th umbral calamity would become the keys to mankind's salvation. Never more certain have I been that Master Louis watcheth over us from the ethereal sea. Well, I'm all for relying on the power of friendship, but we're now left with the rare luxury of having nothing to do. There must be something that requires our attention. Ali say, can you just let us relax? What do we have here? Do we have anything in the 100s or 200s? I knew I drank that tea a bit too. Nah. tenacity I can probably get rid of. Nope, I don't have anything that's low level anymore. 490. I'm literally just gonna go pee, so I'll be right back though. All right, I'm back. We got a thingy from Costco for December 29th, January 23rd. Let's see if there's anything in here. I'm almost at 3 hours. I'll try to go for at least another hour. The story is actually interesting. But I had some leftover pizza from yesterday, and I was thinking when I was eating, like when I was trying to eat something for breakfast, I was like, do I want to go get something to eat, or do I want to like just eat this now? Because then if I didn't eat the pizza, I would have extended stream. But I totally didn't do that, so I'm not going to extend stream today, I don't think. I'm looking for more of these, I guess they're called like sports joggers. I kind of like them. I'm wearing some right now, and I wish I would have got more pairs of them. Greta, I want to try if those. I need to go to Costco.com actually. I need to make an account there and buy some stuff. Sardines. I got this peanut butter powder stuff before. It's actually kind of good, but I don't use it that much. Tide Pods are in sale right now. If the Tide Pods cost as much or close to how much the Kirkland Pods cost, I might get those instead. Kombucha. A-Graps? Bunch of pills. I think kind of being out of Tylenol. Still have a lot of the. Well, these are pee. That's why I don't use them that much. Ibuprofen that I haven't been using because I have Tylenol. I should be good. I don't normally take medicine anyways. Okay, that's enough of that. Times like these, we're reminded of how famous or infamous Alphino has become. Who'd have thought he could achieve so much with a single Link Pearl conversation? As we're expecting rather a lot of visitors in the near future, I'd best return to the surface and inform the relevant parties. Ooh, who is she going to contact? Was she going to contact that... The surprise? Cryo, please. Is it going to be the kid from the Warring Triad?
Is clear. We must harvest refined adamantite from the shards of Dalamud and procure arcane relics of Allagan make. Summon the best and brightest of our immortal flames and form an expeditionary party at once. Call upon the Sultan Sworn and Brass Blades for support as you must. Papashan, send word to the guilds. We will require the expertise of master artisans if we are to have any hope of identifying and recovering these elusive materials. Viergeist, we have need of your stone torches. They are to assist the immortal flames in scouring the ruins and to help secure the surrounding areas. I trust I can count on your support.
As commander of the stone torches, my son Zimberg will personally see it done.
Pippin, I would have you lead the raiding party. Assemble your finest, and with Chizona's blade clear the way. Lord Lolorito, I pray you take charge of the search for Allagan relics. Surely you know of some being traded on open or clandestine markets, or sleeping in collectors' vaults. Of course, I ask not that you do this out of the kindness of your heart. By all means, profit on the transactions. I wish you the joy of it. The final days descend upon our world. If circumstances are truly as dire as they say, Uldar's best efforts may be for naught. And yet, when we Eorzeans rose from the ashes to rebuild our broken realm, did we not learn one simple truth? That which seems all but impossible to overcome alone may yet be possible if we stand together. It was the Scions who united us then, and it is the Scions who call upon us now. Uldar will answer that call. We will summon our courage and join the fight for our world's future. You know your duties. I, Nanamo Ulnamo, 17th in the line of Ul, bid you good luck and Godspeed.
I do really like Nanamo. Stupid little. The Black Shroud. I'm loving this. I love whenever they like explore areas that you've been to before. I never did do the Coils of Bahamut. I never finished them, I should say.
We fielded a goodly number, but our ranks are heavy with healers, and an abundance of restorative magics will be of little help in destroying Dalamud's defenses. Still, it has ever been thus with Gridania. We must steel ourselves for a protracted engagement.
Who's gonna show up? That Lise? That's Lise.
In that case, might I suggest taking us along?
Commander Hext, what are you doing here?
None of the shards in Girabania are big enough to hold an internment hulk. So we said to ourselves, why not lend our neighbors a hand? We thought you might be short on people with a talent for breaking things.
Gods, I love her.
While it pains me to admit it, you are right. Our deficiency so plain to see.
It might have been a lifetime ago, but I was once one of the Scions assigned to the Shroud. I know this forest well. I know your people. And I know we will be stronger if we fight this fight together.
Then I will impose upon you with a clear conscience. Come. Let us speak of how to integrate our forces.
And Nago's there too.
I won't let it all be for nothing. I promise you, Papalimo.
Earthus? Why is it always this idiot? I'm surprised he could actually run that far.
We've no time to waste, brother. Everyone has already...
Have I ever heard him speak?
That was a roar. A dragon's roar.
Racefelgar? Bedofner? There's only like 2 dragons that you know. That would have like an importance in the story, I mean.
And so, in summation, the Eastern Alliance, as well as the Honourable Lord Lolorito himself, reached out to me for assistance in procuring these treasures of the divine, and I, in turn, do beseech the Confederacy for aid. Hmm? Is that...
Hancock? What a surprise this is. And a fortuitous one at that. I have a favor to ask, you see.
I don't know what's gonna happen right there, but that's pretty funny. What am I doing here? Distracted me. Level 88 for this. Alpha Note is resisting the urge to pat himself on the back. Like I do think that the forum does have the best interest of the planet in mind, right? They're not like, we know this is happening and we're just gonna let everybody die. No, they're actually thinking about it. They have a solution. They've been collaborating with the rabbits, and they're gonna try to get people onto the moon to be safe. But yeah, this is pretty awesome. Though our friends are searching for refined adamantite and sacred relics, we will only know if they meet your requirements once they have arrived. If only Master Kokol knew how right he was. While he and Graha establish a rapport, why don't we help with the preparations for the Great Exodus? Indeed, this would mean going above and beyond the terms of our arrangement, but I propose this not to curry favor. As confident as I am we will succeed, we must be ready for every eventuality. This would also be an opportunity to familiarize ourselves with the logistics of traversing the Great Expanse. Nothing else, it beats twiddling our thumbs while we wait for the adamantite. Well, ain't you a bunch of helpful buggers? If you've a mind to lend a hand, I know where you ought to go. Charlian Hamlet is lousy with researchers and scholarly types, busying themselves preparing for the Exodus. Pah! That lot need all the help they can get. Well then, off we go. Interesting, okay. Let us down, Graha. That's probably going to be done by the time I get there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get into this area. You know what this giant circle makes me think of? Well, besides that making me think of the biodome, it really makes me think of some like Metal Gear Solid 2, the shell. Oh. Not sure if that one counted. I was at 3. Oh, it did count. Cool. Was not expecting that, but I accept. Okay, let me go up this way and see if I can. There's an ether current. I don't want to spend too much stream time doing things like this, but I kind of have to, because once I'm done right here, I'm going to log out. Actually, I might go get something to eat, and I might go cook something that doesn't usually take too long to cook. So I should be able to come back before I'm kicked, and maybe I can like start stream again. We'll see what happens. Because if I could get a couple sandwiches, I should be good to go for at least another like 2 to 3 hours. I'll probably go that way just to uncover the map. Dun, 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 dun. Assume I can't go in here. All right, let's go this way to the northeast. So it should be up here someplace, I guess. How many currents do I have left? 5 left. That's not too bad. I assume that there's a couple here. Oh, found it. Don't aggro me. Northeast. Dun, 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 dun. So let's try going this way. 100, 200 yalms isn't too much, so I think it should be right here someplace. Of course, the structure is a dead end. I sees it. Best. Oh no, is there one up there that I can't reach right now? So I think that is probably right here in this area, which literally right there. Lovely. I was like right here. In order to protect the secrets of the central circuit, the researchers must navigate a bewildering maze of paperwork before they are permitted to return to the surface. I suppose it's no different than any other aspect of Charlayan society. We do love our bureaucracy. It's very much a mirror of the city of above, which is perhaps how it came to be called a Charlayan hamlet. What a quaint little settlement this is. A shame it is hidden underground. I don't mind a bit of heavy lifting, but I draw the line at paperwork. So much as wave a sheaf of documents at me and I'll put my hands through it. As surprised as I was to learn the Forum planned to send everyone to the moon, I cannot imagine how the common folk must feel about it. Do my senses deceive me? In the shadow of yon corner, one can but hope this leadeth not to mischievous undertaking. What? What did he see? Did he see a Loperit or something? I still don't see it. You're Urianje. What are you talking about? I don't see it. From what I can tell, a lot of the people actually live down here. I don't know how much help we can offer, but I dare say they'll benefit from some of that fresh inspiration Galark Montish mentioned. Let's start by asking around, ideally without getting in anyone's way. I see a blue quest over here. Naturally. See, amongst the troops of trolls living in the outer circle, I came upon one who was sick beyond measure. Okay. Is there one over here and I just didn't see it earlier when I was here? What? Oh, I see it up there. Yep, okay. That is something I actually have a little bit of trouble with in Forza Horizon 5. There's things that you collect. I almost got all of them now, but there's things you collect, and when I'm using a racing wheel and it doesn't have any way to move the camera to be able to look at things, so sometimes it's hard to find them. Huzzah! Directly east, huh? Southeast. So it's over here someplace? Where do I have? Like in a legit way. It must be over here. There's only been a few times where I've played this game like off streams for Endwalker. And when I was in Labyrinthos the first time, I must have just not done any of these. Oh, you stupid frog. No. That was so dumb. Need 2 more? Loud. I don't know if the microphone is picking it up or not. I don't think it was. You never know. I mean, it's not it's not the best experience. Not sure what the best way to get to this one is. Like I'm gonna do these right now while I'm in the mood to it, so to speak. Might not make it to this one. I will. Run, little dragon, run! Run for your life. Oh no, it's gonna be close. Quickly. I'm totally not gonna make it there. Ugh. I just need one more. Come on, my little Drake. We can do this. We can make it there this time. Why'd I use the frog? You. There we go. Whew. Let's see here. FF14 installer. Hope that works for you. I just hope she backed up. She backed up her HUD. Oof. Like forgetting her password. Probably as ultimate in there somewhere. Like I feel they specifically give you only 2 enemies sometimes just to be like, hey, it's more efficient to not use your AoE. Whoa! These things look like the They look like the abominable snowman from that Rudolph cartoon, the Christmas thing. Wait, was that the only one I needed? I have 4 left, what? I think I'm gonna end stream in a few minutes, and then I will come back and do some more, like do a part 2 for a couple hours at least. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Hour 45 minutes. I'm gonna stop stream right now, and then I'm gonna go do a few things. Eat is one of them. I have laundry to do, but I should be back pretty soon. I'll be back in a little bit.